So, I haven't been live in such a long time because I've been really busy working hard and stuff and creating my dream and getting much closer to my dreams. But I am gonna be making an order. This is a repeat customer. She got a hood from me last year, so I made a hood for her. And this time she would like like a tube skirt, but like a sunset, but like a cotton candy version. So I went to the store and I got some yarn. And so this is the color scheme I have chosen. She said she likes the blue, and so she wanted it to be like cotton candy themed. And so basically these are the colors that I chose for it. So I'm gonna start with the blue, but this is all rayon from bamboo. And I'm also gonna be making a little set like what I have on. I have this top and I have the pants on, and this is crocheted, and this is all cotton right here, and this is rayon from bamboo, and this is cotton. And I will be making a purple outfit for my brother's girlfriend because she likes purple. But yes, I have a crochet bug and I gotta fill it, and I gotta make a ball, and definitely going to be picking a show to watch. What should we watch? Secret Tinder killer lets cops into his murder house. Hmm. 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 I don't know. I'm trying to find a show. Mm. We could watch 30 minutes longs of a Texas pastor getting caught arrested for forging documents. That could be a thing. Hmm. It just has to be the best show. Ugh, I can't watch that. Ugh, I can't watch that. We could watch the interrogation of this murderer who realizes he's not walking out. It's an hour long.
I'm Dr. Ben Stokes with Twalton Valley Physical Therapy in Hillsborough. Here you get one-on-one treatment with a doctor of physical therapy, transparent pricing, and care that prioritizes your recovery. Book now at Twalton Valley Physical Therapy in Hillsborough to get back.
If you weren't okay with this, why you would just let Nikki just stab on this girl? Because after the first couple times, and I was like, "What are you trying to do? Like, you really trying to kill her?" And like I said, I was drinking that night, and I got discombobulated, and I was like, "You know what? I'm not about to be a part of this." So that's like I said. That's when I went out the window, and I went back over there and lay down.
This is William Elliott, a guy capable of inflicting unimaginable pain and violence on someone he considered close just for the sake of revenge.
why don't you just go take a walk? So she's sitting up there holding her head and she's crying and everything. We're like, that's when I noticed the hole in the wall. And I was like, damn. I said, now we got to fix that or she's going to get kicked out. Mm-hmm. So after that was said and done, Michael left for a minute. He came back. And then her and Nikki got into it. Maria and Nikki got into it. And Nikki was like, she was like, you keep it on, bitch, and I'm going to end up killing your ass or some shit like that. Why don't you just go take a walk? So she's sitting up there holding her head and she's crying and everything. We're like, that's when I noticed the hole in the wall.
Hi,
and I was like,
I'm able to see
I said, now we got to fix that or she's going to get kicked out.
Because I'm making a bow right now. Because I will be making a crochet skirt,
he came back.
a tube skirt.
Her and Nikki got into it. Maria and Nikki got into it.
But I have to make two of everything because
she's like, you keep
this
going,
is going to be a tube skirt and I need it to be layered.
Like that.
The day before everything happened, Elliot was at an apartment with a few other people, the same place where 23-year-old Maria Best lived. At some point, the night went bad. Words turned into an argument, and Maria did the one thing that should have ended it right there. She called the police. Officers showed up, and Elliot was escorted out. But instead of letting it go, he went next door, and that's where the warning signs got louder. Witnesses later said they overheard him talking about getting even. That information was reported to police because it didn't sound like an empty threat. The following day is when the true horror happened. With the help of an acquaintance, Elliot kicked down the apartment door, caught Maria, restrained her, and proceeded to kick and taunt her before stabbing her multiple times, leaving her in an unimaginable agony for several hours. He finished by slashing her throat and throwing the murder weapon into a trash receptacle near her apartment. Elliot was also wearing rubber gloves, which he tossed into another trash bin down the road. However, despite the gloves, police found DNA evidence linking both him and Maria Best to the rubber gloves, the knife, and the knife handle. At that point, the mission was simple. Find William Elliot, bring him in, and see what happens when he's sitting in an interrogation room with nowhere to run. This is the interrogation of William Elliot. We are Crime Cracked. Sit back and let's start.
Let us enjoy the show.
William? How you doing? I'm Detective Wood. Sleepy? So they didn't tell you why you're down here? Okay. They didn't tell you. You didn't ask?
Yeah. They said we'll talk about it when we get downtown.
They just told you you had a warrant?
Yeah.
They tell you what it's for? Murder.
Ooh.
Murder.
Yeah.
You said murder. Murder. Murder.
Yeah,
Murder.
the reason why you got
Yay! Woo! I wish I could put the screen on the screen so you could see what I'm seeing, but I'm not that technically savvy yet. So right now you might just watch me make a ball. And the computer's dying, so I put it. It's probably appearing upside down, but.
And you need to say how much?
Who knows? Who cares? At the end of the day,
You work anywhere?
at least I'm live. At least I'm on here. I've got a crochet book. I gotta create.
Well, I'd like to talk to you about this. This involves a female by the name of Maria Best. Does that ring a bell? So I'm sure you know what this. And I'd like to obviously get your side of the story with regards to her. And I'll read your rights first. Have you had your rights read to you before? Okay. You can speak English, correct? What's the last grade you completed in school?
11?
Yeah, it's $13 a month for unlimited internet, and it's so worth it.
This brand new portable Wi-Fi router provides more features than traditional internet services without ever having to pay for expensive installation fees, contracts, or hidden surprise charges.
Skip you. Yes.
Can you read and write? You have any hearing problems? You need glasses or contacts to read? Can you read this right here? Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yeah, barely.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read it out loud to you so that way if you got any questions.
Legally
Have
blind.
you taken any
How can I
alcohol
go
less than
grab a
24
cup?
hours? How much would you say?
Couple cans.
How long ago?
About an hour ago.
So you had a couple cans about an hour ago? Okay. How many drugs? Prescription or illegal?
Take prescription drugs.
Do they alter you in any way? And can you understand me fine?
When William Elliot was brought in, he sat alone for nearly an hour, tired and confused. Detective Wooten entered with a calm, casual tone, then confirmed Elliot knew there was a warrant before revealing it was for murder. Elliot reacted with confusion, not immediate denial. Wooten asked basic questions about his life and address, then introduced the name Maria Best, which Elliot recognized. After reading his rights, Elliot admitted he needed glasses to see the form and said he'd had a couple beers earlier.
Okay.
And
How
then
many drugs?
inside my
Prescription
purse.
or illegal?
Take prescription drugs.
This is the first time you'll see this.
Do they alter you in any way? And can you understand me fine?
Hi, Brooke.
Okay.
My baby. The last of the last. I've just been, reading it. Hiking through. Loving it. Loving it. I've been trying to just imagine which order I want it to go. I want it to go blue, white.
Alright, I'm gonna read this part to you out loud. We go over it if you got any questions. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before asking any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during a question. If you are unable to pay a lawyer will be appointed for you prior to any questioning if you so desire. If you wish to answer questions now, time when they're present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Is there any part of that you don't understand? You have any questions about? Okay. Would you like to talk to me about this incident?
Like I said, this is news to me, so y'all get me for murder. I'm not understanding how I'm getting charged for murder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can have a conversation about it. Is that something you want to do?
I'll answer as much as I can, but yeah.
Okay. So I just need your signature right here that you understand your rights as they were read to you. So,
I feel like I
what was your
know
relationship
exactly
with
how it's
Maria
gonna go.
Best?
It's gonna go blue,
Girlfriend of my friend Michael.
Michael.
white,
Okay. How long have you known her?
orange,
Long time, like 6, 7, maybe 8 years.
yellow.
When was the last time you saw her?
The night that we stayed with her and the police got called and she kicked us out the apartment.
Why'd she kick you guys out?
Because
Hi,
Michael didn't want to be with her.
Pam
So
is
she
back.
made you all leave?
Yeah.
Did you guys have any other issues before that?
The night before.
What?
We went to the laundromat and her and Michael got into it again, and after that, the police got called to the laundromat, and then she pressed charges on me. She dropped charges, and then after that,
She pressed charges on you?
yeah.
For what?
I think she put for assault or something like that. I don't know. I left the laundromat.
Okay. So you think she filed some kind of assault charge with regards to this laundromat issue?
Yeah, that was the night before, and then when we left again that night, I don't know what happened after that because when I left, I went somewhere else.
Excuse me, sir.
You never went back to her
He puts his
apartment
little
after that?
toy.
We went next door to her apartment and dropped our stuff off, and my girlfriend and Michael stayed there, and I left.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Out west. Well, where I am west, just hanging out. But just picking me up.
Is there anybody that we can talk to that says that you were out west?
Couple people.
Do you want to tell me who those are?
Well, I don't know their real names. I know they shortened their nicknames.
And where'd you meet them at out west?
They're at the Shell gas station, right there on Broad and Rogers.
Okay. So, the night before you guys got kicked out, there was an incident that happened at the laundromat. Do you know which laundromat?
Right there on Main and I don't know that side street, right across from Walmart, that new laundromat.
When detectives asked if he wanted to talk, William's confusion came out fast. He said the murder charge was new to him and didn't understand why he was being accused. The focus shifted to Maria Best, and William said she was his friend Michael's girlfriend and that he'd known her for years. He described the last time he saw her, an argument that got so heated police were called and he was forced out of her apartment. He also mentioned another conflict at a laundromat and admitted Maria had filed charges. When asked where he went after, William gave vague answers about being out west, then added a specific gas station intersection as detectives tracked his movements.
Which laundromat?
Right there on Main and I don't know that side street, right across from Walmart, that new laundromat, Clean Right or whatever you call it.
Is that in Whitehall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all ever heard of an HEA? Yeah, it's a home equity agreement. Do not do a HELOC. An HEA can get you up to $500,000, and there's no income requirements and no monthly payment. You can use this money for...
Hi, Pam.
What sparked this incident at the laundromat?
Because we all went to laundromat. We asked her to fold the clothes. She said she didn't want to fold the clothes, so me and her got into arguments. So then her and Michael got into it. Michael told her to fold the clothes, and like we was like, well, you're not getting in the car and going home with us, then if you're not gonna fold the clothes. So somebody
Whose clothes were they? She didn't need it folded.
her and Michael's.
Okay. So she didn't want to fold these clothes.
Hi,
so you guys
Pam.
were gonna
I'm
just
doing I'm making a creation an order for somebody. I'm making them an outfit, and I'm doing a live video
What'd you say?
of it. So I'm live on YouTube while I watch my little, confessions.
Yeah, this thing.
I
So
saw
did you guys end up
Connor.
leaving together?
When I was driving, because I had thought you had said he was going to leave at like 7 or 8 or
After the
something.
police got called.
Yeah, and I was coming back from Michael's because I had to go purchase the yarn.
No, I had already
And then
been
so
out
I got the
Okay,
yarn.
so you left.
Well, yeah, because when I was coming back, because I had gone to Vancouver to hang out with Davidson for a little bit, because on Mondays apparently is the last day that the only day they can hang out. So me and him and his
But then I
girlfriend, we
guess
hung
she
out.
turned
It was a
around,
great
Germany.
time. Oh, good. I liked it a
Michael
lot.
told me
And
that
then
she
she
ended up
wants to like draw and do a lot of these things.
Okay,
And so
so
I was
she
just like,
dropped
oh my
it.
gosh, I want to do my
So,
anime.
and then
maybe
you
we can
ended up
stuff.
going
So
back to
I could
her
create the
apartment.
anime and then she could do the
So did this
editing
get
and the
brought up
writing
again
and
after
Davidson
that?
could be the
Well,
okay,
next
this
time
is good.
we got into it again
So
because
we're thinking
her
about
and Michael
doing that,
wanted to be
but
together.
she
Michael
does
was like, I'm
digital
about to
stuff
leave.
as well.
And
She
then
likes to do
she
digital
pulled the knife
stuff.
out and
and
trying to cut
I need
herself.
somebody to help me take pictures of my
Police
crochet
came.
products.
I'm sitting at
She
the
said
table.
she wants to wear my
Crystal
crochet
sitting right
products,
here,
and I was
Michael
like, I
sitting
could
right
do
there.
it for
But when
you
the
because
police walk in,
I'm like, I want to
they grab a
crochet,
knife in
but
front of
like
me
I don't
and
want to
throw it in the
build a
sink.
lot
And
of
I'm like,
stuff. I
well,
don't want to
we
get
can call them because we just
accumulated
want
on
to call the
stuff.
police.
Yeah,
We told her
but
that
she's
you
like,
call.
oh, you make me stuff. So I was like, oh, no, she made me
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
And then what did
So
you
you
see for?
all got on a phone and
Like
called?
recently,
I'm saying
like
I called,
probably
but
like
I'm saying
45
like,
minutes
So
ago,
who
I
actually
was just
called?
coming back from Michael's
and I told
because
him,
I
I
had
said
come
my
in
sister
and
tried
I
to
made
commit
sure the boys
suicide, and
eaten.
they came
And
out.
then I
They
went to
took the knife from
Michael's
her.
and
We
got
set
some
the
lunch
knife
and I
on the
came
table.
back
The
here and I was
police
like,
came
okay,
in.
I'm going to go live.
First
But
thing
then
he
I
does
saw
is
him.
grab it and throw it
I
in the
was
sink.
like,
We're like,
I
why
looked
would you
over
touch
and
it?
then I
Like,
saw
we're
his
telling you that
curly
she's trying to
hair.
commit
The
suicide.
solution was
And
like,
so they was like, well, you're all out on the leash, y'all
and then
gotta
he
go.
was like,
And we're like, well,
and I was
so
like,
y'all just
I
gonna leave
showed
her
him
by
my
herself so she
yarn,
can
and then I
commit
said,
suicide?
no,
And
boys,
that's when
like,
the
cause I
cop
had
was
to
like,
talk
well,
to him
y'all
through
gotta
the
go.
window.
So I
I've
left.
eaten.
Yeah.
So then,
And then Crystal
but
and
I thought I
Michael called me
wouldn't
and
see
was
him
like,
today.
well, we gotta do our stuff next door at Jeremy's house. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna stay around the corner until everything calms down.
So you left and went just around the corner?
I just walked around.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
did you come back at all that night?
Jeremy came pick me up. I grabbed a couple pair of pants and I left and got on the bus and I went out west.
Ooh, I
So what time did you get on the bus?
I don't know.
It was probably like 11, 12 maybe. Because buses start running at 12, so it's probably like 10 or 11, somewhere around there.
So at 10 or 11, you got on the bus?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you rode out west? Do you remember which bus it was you got on?
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay. So did you talk to anybody the rest of that night?
I talked to Crystal.
What Crystal said?
Nothing. She was upset. She asked me why I left, and I told her I didn't want to bother with the situation, so I told her I'll probably see her tomorrow.
Okay. But Crystal stayed there?
Yeah, at Jeremy's.
Okay.
Her and Michael.
Was there anybody else there?
Remember your purse,
Who's
pal?
Nikki?
She's a close friend.
You or Michael?
Yes, because I already said to them, I'm like, she already, I was like telling Davidson she gets to go to
Where'd she
Chicago. She already has her bathing suit, her cute outfits. And then I said, and I'm going to get pictures. So I'm prepared, I'm ready. Okay.
So, was Nikki there when
Yes,
the police
oh
showed up?
yes, I'm having a phenomenal day.
How long is she staying there too?
No, she just came to visit.
Okay. And she's not like a girlfriend of yours or something?
No.
So when everybody got kicked out, Nikki left too.
Nikki left and went over, I guess, with Michael and Crystal and Jeremy.
And then you don't know if she stayed there or did she leave?
No, like I said, I was mad, so I just did.
Okay. Now when you went, after the police left and you went back to Jeremy's to get your pants before you got on the bus, how long were you inside the apartment?
Maybe 20, 30 minutes. Long enough to tell Crystal I love her, gave her a kiss, and she gave me a couple $, and I left.
How long have you two been together?
About 2 years.
I can get $150 the same day I request it. Download Grant Cash Advance from the App Store today.
You don't need to start another business. You don't need to post content. You don't even need experience. You need to learn how to close high ticket deals. Because the clearest, fastest path.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Now how well do you know Jeremy? You guys good friends?
We just met him like a couple days before that.
Oh, so you don't really know him that well.
Yeah.
So why would he let you guys keep your stuff over there?
I don't know, because I guess he's seeing how, because he didn't like Maria for some reason. I don't know. He kept saying he didn't like her. Like, he always told Michael.
Detectives revisited the laundromat fight. William said the clothes were Maria's and Michael's, and the leave her talk was just teasing. He couldn't clearly name the driver, only a neighbor, Jeremy, and admitted he left before police arrived. He described another blow-up where a knife appeared, and a woman threatened to hurt herself. Officers took the weapon and made everyone leave. William stayed nearby, then took the number 10 bus out west later that night.
Together? About 2 years.
Now, while you were in, how well do you know Jeremy? You guys good friends?
We just met him like a couple days before that.
Oh, so you don't really know him that well.
Yeah.
So why would he let you guys keep your stuff over there?
I don't know, because I guess he's seeing how, because he didn't like Maria for some reason. I don't know. He kept saying he didn't like her. Like, he always told Michael that he can let him stay there and he can pay rent or whatever. Like, I don't know. I didn't really get to talk to him like that much.
Okay. When you were in his apartment for that 30 minutes after you went back, how did he seem?
What do you mean?
Did you talk to him hardly at all, or was
he was in his bedroom?
So he was back in his bedroom, so you didn't really see him while you were there. Did any of your group, you or Michael or Crystal or Nikki, really know him that well?
No. I told you, we just met him like,
So nobody knew Jeremy before this?
No.
So he was cool with you guys just putting your stuff in. Did you offer to pay him money, or?
I think maybe Crystal and Michael did. I don't know.
Okay. So, I mean, if I didn't know nobody, I'm not going to let him just stack shit in my apartment. So you think Crystal might have offered him some cash to put that stuff in?
So.
Okay. So then you leave, and about 10 or 11, you get on the bus, and you go out west. And other than a phone conversation with Crystal, that's the last contact you have with anybody?
No, I mean, I talk to him every day. I mean, like, that was the last time that night that I talked to him because my phone was about to die.
So when did you find out what happened to Maria?
The next day.
Who told you?
Michael and Crystal.
What'd they say?
It was like, Maria's dead.
What'd you say to that?
I was like, wow, like, what happened? And they was like, well, we don't know. She got stabbed or something like that. And I was like, wow.
They told you she got stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
They tell you anything else?
Mm-hmm.
They say anything about the police showing up or anything like that?
Yeah, they said they both got brought downtown or something like that. I don't know. I was distraught because I was like, wow. I was like, so they're probably gonna put it on me. And she was like, why would you say that? I said, because the night before she pressed charges on me and then dropped charges. And she was like, yeah, probably. And I was like, okay, well.
So you just figured the police were gonna charge you?
Yeah, because usually when stuff like this happens, like and somebody files assault charges on somebody and then they drop them, they probably gonna look at me as a suspect. But I didn't think this was gonna happen.
Okay. So how often have you talked to Michael and Crystal since then?
Here and there.
Did they tell you the police were looking for you?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Michael said that they might want to talk to me.
That's all he said, that they might want to talk to you? Have you physically seen Michael or Crystal or Nikki since this incident happened?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Where at?
Different places. Like I seen Michael downtown one time. Then I seen Nikki out west. And then I seen Crystal a couple days ago.
Does Nikki stay out west?
Mm-hmm.
She got a house out there?
She stays in Atlanta.
With anybody else?
A bunch of people.
You know where it's at?
Broad and Rogers is that next street behind there.
So it's the next street behind Broad and Rogers?
Like here's Broad and here's Rogers, that next street. Like if you turn over Rogers, it's that next street right there.
Okay. Yeah, and it's an abandoned house she's staying over?
Mm-hmm.
Is she prostituting?
She does whatever. She's on drugs real bad.
Okay.
Hotels.com is where you go to choose from hundreds of thousands of hotels and earn rewards on every stay. It's exactly what it sounds like. Unlike catfish, which is not what it sounds like. Hotels.com. It's all in the name.
That is really good. Y'all, I am so excited. This is a big day. Drip Drop is letting me taste the Zero Sugar Plus.
Have you ever been back over to, there's an apartment building where Maria lives since she died?
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked to that Jeremy at all?
A couple times.
What'd you talk to him about?
Like, he just basically was like, it was like a couple weeks ago. It was like, something about Crystal's purse came up. And we kind of went back and forth, and I told him, I said, well, because he kept telling me he wasn't allowed back in his apartment until they had an investigation. And then finally, I guess when his apartment got released, he got in touch with Crystal and told her she could come get her stuff and everything, whatever. Well, our stuff. And when she said she went to go over, her purse was missing.
Okay.
So there was another individual involved too. Her name was Jess, I think her name was. And Jess had called me and she said, well, she texted me and she was like, yeah, I did see Jeremy with her purse. She was sitting on the side of her car and this and that. So we kind of like went back and forth. And I asked him, I was like, well, all I need you to do is return her purse because her ID, birth certificate, and everything in there. So we kind of went back and forth a little bit. And I was like, man, if you don't return her purse, we're going to have some problems. And after that, I haven't talked to him since.
So you trying to get Crystal's purse back?
Yeah.
What did her purse look like?
It was like a...
After the killing, William said he learned Maria Best was dead the next day from Michael and Crystal, and the news stunned him. He worried the arguments from the night before would make him look guilty. He told detectives he'd spoken with Michael and Crystal only here and there, but admitted seeing them again, along with Nikki out west. William described Nikki's rough living situation and gave directions. The talk then shifted to Jeremy, where William returned for belongings, including Crystal's missing brown snakeskin-style purse, which she planned to report.
What'd you talk to him about?
Like, he just basically was like, it was like a couple weeks ago. It was like, something about Crystal's purse came up. And we kind of went back and forth, and I told him, I said, well, because he kept telling me he wasn't allowed back in his apartment until they had an investigation. And then finally, I guess when his apartment got released, he got in touch with Crystal.
Wow, your voice is like an angel. If Lucifer could strum his chord, because you know they say that he is the one that played the harp, the most beautiful sound. That's what it sounds like. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wow. Yes, I'm making it right now. I'm really excited because I already have the idea. It's coming to life as I'm creating it. And yes, definitely. I'm having a blast. I'm so excited. I love, especially creating for you is a pleasure because then I get to, you have a color palette and then I'm like, let me execute that. I'm like, I can take that. Let me fix that. I'm gonna get that. Ooh, I can't wait to see it come to life because I'm having ideas. I already have like 2 ideas. Like, I already have ideas. Yeah, I'm excited. Woo!
Because the last time I talked to her, she said she was going to press charges on him because he tried to say that the detectives and police took her purse. And trying to understand why would they take her purse for it. But then when I talked to Jessica,
I literally said, please guide me towards beautiful soul people. And everybody I have met have been beautiful souls.
But she said she thought it was a new purse that he was going to get to his girlfriend.
Just beautiful souls.
Oh,
You've got to recognize angels when they come to you. Oh, man, I meet angels every day. That's why when people say, like, you're having a good day, I'm like, I have great days. Every day I have great days. Because I get to choose my days. I get to see, like, how do I want my day to go? And I always choose to have a great day.
Okay, what card was it you're trying to use?
A chime card.
What's a chime card?
I'm so excited.
It's a white and green card. Chime.
And this is rayon from bamboo, so it elevates your emotions. It's
So it's
just
called
the
the chime card.
emotions taking me over. And they're gonna, of course, have, because, you know, sometimes crochet is see-through, I'm gonna have matching contours.
Well, actually, two speed braids. The other speed braid down the road.
This is gonna be so nice. I'm so excited to create this set. This is the goddess line. It's a tube skirt. Sunset Goddess. This is what it's gonna be called. Sunset Goddess.
When you shop at New Seasons, you're supporting our partnership with Zero Food Bank, where we team up with local farmers and ranchers to build better soil.
And the reason why it's like track and field is because right now I'm at the stage where I am training for the event. I'm like running, I'm like running because I'm already excited to see what it looks like.
Provides more features than traditional internet services without ever having to pay for expensive
I already
installation
have the
fees,
imagine of
contracts,
how
or hidden
it's
surprise
gonna
charges,
tilt on the
making
body.
typical internet
Oh,
providers
this is
totally
just gonna be the
outdated.
most
It's
beautiful
called Ryoko,
outfit
and it was developed
ever.
by two former employees of
I'm
a
so
cable
excited.
internet company based in Atlanta, Georgia. During their years of work.
And this is the training part, you know? You gotta train too. You know? Talent is nothing without discipline.
I think that if somebody did kill
Talent is worthless without discipline.
I don't know. I don't like
You've
really
got
talking
to
to
train your talent
Honestly,
so that
I
you
think
can
if somebody
master
did
it.
kill her, it would probably have to be
Mastery
either
is
Nikki or
gold.
Because
That's where wisdom
that
lives.
Nikki came over, her and Maria got into it, and
I'm just super excited. I'm so happy to create. I love creating. I love it.
Ran her head through the wall.
That's why I say if you can create, it's not if you can. Everybody can create because everybody has, everybody in this planet, on this beautiful, gorgeous ether, has a beautiful purpose, and your purpose is to create whatever it is that you love to create. Whether it's food, whether if it's through dance, whether if it's through your throat chakra, whatever you exercise your creation, you must do it.
So she's sitting up there holding her head and she's crying and everything. So that's when I noticed the hole in the wall. And I was like,
do it.
I said, now we gotta fix that or she's gonna get kicked out. So
I love to bring like yarn to life.
Michael left for a minute, he came back.
I really want to have a fashion show so bad.
Maria and Nikki got into it. And Nikki was like, she was like, you keep it on, bitch, and I'm gonna end up killing your ass or some shit like that.
That was before the police?
This was, yeah.
So Michael put her head through the wall.
Yeah.
And Nikki threatened her?
Yeah.
And why was Nikki threatening her?
This is the training part because it's just a repetition over and over again. We're gonna do the same thing all the way down the line until we got a good.
Did they have something going on?
They used to try to date back in the day, but I guess Nikki would end up with somebody else, and Michael would never leave Maria alone. So.
Okay, so Nikki threatened her. So were Michael and Nikki currently messing around?
Well, the night that Maria put us out, Nikki and Mike, I did overhear Nikki and Michael talking about trying to hook up. She was like, well, now that you're not with that bitch no more, we can do our thing.
Magari papa tripotai.
This is before I left. When we was next door to Germany.
That was before you left.
Yeah.
Was that when you came back to get pants?
William said he didn't understand the police response and then brought up a new problem. Someone tried using Crystal's chime card at Speedway stores in Cleveland, but she never filed a report, and he hadn't talked to her since. As pressure built, William suggested Nikki or Michael could be responsible. He described seeing Michael slam Maria's head into a wall and recalled Nikki making a direct threat. He also said he overheard Nikki and Michael talking about hooking up after they were forced out, adding motive and tension.
She was like, well, now that you're not with that bitch no more, we can do our thing. before I left, when we was next door to Germany's.
That was before you left.
Yeah.
Was that when you came back to get pants?
Yeah.
So when you come back to get pants, you didn't even really talk.
Well, I grabbed an outfit. I didn't just grab.
Well, I mean clothes. We just say clothes. So when you came back to get clothes, you didn't really talk to the guy that lives there, that Jeremy. You didn't really talk.
No, he was in the bedroom. Crystal was sitting on the couch, and Michael and Nikki was sitting on the floor by the front door.
Other than getting your clothes, did you get anything else?
Well, my hygiene bag. That was it.
Okay.
What's a hydrant bag? This is bag
And then when you left, after you got your clothes, all three of them were in the apartment with Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't mention about going anywhere or doing anything else?
Not that I know of.
Do you remember at all going to the Turkey Hill, the bar, or the gas station, Turkey Hill gas station?
I think that was early that night. I think we went to go get cigarettes or something.
Who did that? Who went?
Me, Crystal, Jeremy. I think Michael was with us.
Did you go inside the Turkey Hill?
I think so. I was drinking a little bit that night, so I can't, like, it was a little bit blurry that night. So.
Would you
A
drink
little bit of drinking, and
Yeah.
it's blurred already.
So,
What's with all the hands?
I'm getting a hand from LegalZoom.
Why? There's so many smart influencers who give advice.
You need an LLC.
A C Corp.
you know how DNA works?
Hmm?
Okay. I got a search warrant signed by a judge so I can get your DNA. Now, when we look at your DNA, do you think we're going to find anything matching anything at Maria's apartment?
Like what? I mean, you talking about fingerprints all over the apartment? Because, I mean, we did stay there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only thing you're going to find, yeah. I admit to that. You're probably going to find fingerprints there because we stayed there.
Well, let's do this. How about I tell you, like, I know you didn't get on the bus at 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. Okay?
Pam! I got some watermelon and okra at the store.
Oh, cool.
I got some seeds. I saw them and they were like two for like $3.
Oh, cool.
And I was like,
So, are you going to plant them in the bed?
oh yes.
Punchy?
I'm gonna start first. I'm gonna let them grow in like a little bag,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to put them in the dirt. And I'm hoping that maybe there'll be some sprouts before you come. So then maybe we'll decide to get some water. And they're Congo watermelons, so they're big.
Ooh, cool.
Yes,
Cool.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
And then I think by tomorrow, the other lily bud is gonna blossom.
Okay.
It looks like it's about to push open.
Awesome.
I know you
This
went
one's at
back to
7%.
Maria's apartment several times throughout the night after you guys had gotten kicked out. I mean, I know that you had to have seen that there's a police station right across the street.
Yeah, I know.
And that there's an OSU hospital right across the street.
She said
Every
that.
one of those has surveillance cameras everywhere.
Right.
I can watch you guys leaving Jeremy's apartment and going to Maria's apartment and back and forth. I also talked to Crystal. I also talked to Michael. They did not do you any favors. So if you want to go alone on this, that's entirely up to you.
So you didn't do me no favors.
They didn't do you any favors. Their story, their statement about you and the things that occurred that night are nothing compared to what you just told. Don't look confused, because obviously you know I did not file a murder warrant on you just on a hunch or because some assault thing. There's a reason I filed a murder warrant on you, because I have evidence to show that you weren't there when that girl got killed.
When Maria got killed?
Yes. When Maria got killed. I know you weren't. You've already lied to me a dozen times. You didn't get on no bus. The police didn't even show up till 12:30 at night.
12:30 at night?
Yeah, they didn't show up till 12:30 to kick you guys out. They all have body
You see,
cams
this
on.
is the most perfect
Everything's
video
documented.
ever. I definitely, I'm on
So you
live
get
right
on
now,
the
so all
bus.
the video messages I'm sending is sending to you, but
No,
all the
well,
video messages
I'm
you're
not lying
sending
to you.
to
I
me,
know what
people
time
aren't
it
able to
was.
hear because my phone has never
Everything's
had
on
the
video. When we
ability
showed
to
up,
have
you
really
showed your
loud
ass
sound,
down.
so
They
I have
couldn't
to
come
put
in
it
the
up against my
apartment,
ear.
and then you
But
stormed
definitely,
off.
I have no problem. I'm here right now.
Right.
I'm in
That was
Beaverton,
not at 9, 10
Oregon, so
o'clock.
I'm here for
You didn't catch
now.
no bus that
And
night. You
I
didn't go out
have
west.
no problem
The video camera from
reaching
OSU
out,
Hospital
vibing,
shows
and then
everything.
it's
It's
in
right
whole
at
intact of
Jeremy
the
and
feminine
Maria's front
energy.
door. It could not
The
be a better
feminine
picture.
energy is with
So,
you because
is that the
back in
story
the
you want to
days,
stick
the
with?
feminine
So
energy
you
took
telling me
down
that when the
No, I'm
police,
not
empires.
telling you.
It took
you're
down
saying the police
empires
didn't show
just
up
by,
at 12:30, 1
that's
o'clock?
what
Yeah,
the
the
lady
police did
says
not show up
in
at 12. I can show
The Little
you.
Mermaid.
We called the
And
police
don't
and told
forget
her that she
God
tried to
is
commit suicide.
language. But yes, I'm so happy to create this outfit for you. I'm super excited. I'm gonna make it so the skirt can be two different things that you can wear it with the side cords that I've been wanting to create because I've been seeing that pattern and I've been seeing that style. I'm like, I want to make a skirt like that. But then I'm also making it so that you can have it pull in the back like a little bow so it can be elegant. With a halo front top. So it's gonna be the goddess sunset.
So if you want to tell me exactly what
Yes.
happened that night, I know. Okay. Listen, you don't need to lie to me. If you don't want to talk to me, say you don't want to talk. But if you're gonna lie to me, don't waste your time.
Because you're trying to say you put a murder case on me, saying that I went in there and I did something to that girl.
That phone is in 7%, so it's gonna die. I am prepared for the other phone. Boom. When that dies, I'm prepared for this one.
I mean,
Still
you want to
goes
keep
in, but
rubbing
it's
each
so
other.
quiet,
No,
so I
I
gotta
didn't
use
want
the
to do nothing
speaker.
to her.
Yeah.
So you weren't there when it happened.
I left before it happened.
Before what happened?
Before she got stabbed.
Who stabbed her?
Nikki.
How do you know?
Because she was the only one left in there.
Nikki was the only one left in there?
Yeah.
Because Crystal said when she went back over there, Nikki came and got her. When she went back over there, you were sitting in there. You were Nikki. You guys were all threatening her. Nikki kicked her in the face. Crystal freaked out and left. You were still in there.
Yeah, that's true. But I left after.
So you're lying. You already met. So now you want to try and tell the actual story of what actually happened?
Before that happened, yes, Nikki did kick her in the head. I left.
Who was beating her up before that?
Michael did. The first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't lie about that.
Then you were just sitting there. You didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I didn't tell.
William said the group was inside Jeremy's apartment, but claimed he only grabbed his hygiene bag and clothes and left. Detectives then served a DNA warrant and asked what could link him to Maria's place. William said only old fingerprints, but the detective called out his bus story as a lie, citing cameras and body cam footage that tracked the timeline and showed him there. Michael and Crystal's statements didn't match his. Under pressure, William denied hurting Maria and blamed Nikki, admitting she assaulted Maria before he left.
Yeah.
Because Crystal said when she went back over there, Nikki came and got her. When she went back over there, you were sitting in there. You were Nikki. You guys were all threatening her. Nikki kicked her in the face. Crystal freaked out and left. And you were still in there.
Yeah, that's true. But I left after.
So you're lying. You already met. So now you want to try and tell the actual story of what actually happened?
Before that happened, yes, Nikki did kick her in the head. I left.
Who was beating her up before that?
Michael did. The first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't lie about that.
Then you were just sitting there. You didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I didn't touch her at all. That's God's honest truth.
No point did you ever touch her.
No.
Okay.
This is your body
So
if you
excited.
continue doing nothing. This is
This
your body on May 18th.
Oh, yes.
If you start practicing
On Monday, May 18th, we're starting the Tai Chi program for beginners. Build strength.
Oh,
Why
Happy
are you
Asian
seeing
Flag
all
Day.
the rubber gloves you guys used?
Bon fête drapeau
Now that, I
Jésus.
don't have no
Bon
problem with
fête
because I
drapeau
didn't touch nothing
chéri.
in there at all.
Bon
All I
fête
know is that
drapeau
when I went in there,
Haïti.
Nikki was like, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Yeah.
Why is your DNA on the rubber gloves that were used?
What's rubber gloves? I didn't touch no rubber gloves.
Well, your DNA's on the rubber gloves that we found in the trash can, along with the knife that we found, along with the other rubber gloves we found. Then you can't argue DNA. You know how it works.
You're saying that I had on rubber
Why do you
gloves.
think you have a warrant on it? The DNA matched you
How? There's no way.
because you put on rubber gloves when you guys tried to clean up the apartment.
Wow. I didn't have no rubber gloves on at all.
I mean, you can go by yourself, or you can tell me exactly what happened, and we can charge the other people involved in this. It doesn't matter to me.
I didn't kill that girl.
Okay. Is that the story you're going to stick with?
I didn't kill her.
I didn't say yours was the only DNA on rubber gloves, but your DNA was on rubber gloves. So if you want to tell me exactly what happened in there, you can tell me.
I'm so excited to see this.
I know it's rough, man. I know you don't want to talk to the police. I know you don't want to get yourself in a jackpot. But you're in a big jackpot right now. So, like I told you, we got video watching you guys going in that apartment on that long. So you just tell me who did what.
Nikki stabbed her.
How many times she stabbed her?
I don't know, like 6 or 7. After 7-1, I left and went out the window. I was trying to see her get done.
She stabbed a lot more than 6 or 7.
After 6 or 7, I went out the back window. I was like, I'm not about to be a part of this.
You went out the back window? Really? Because Michael and them said that you ran out the back window when the police showed up.
No, I went out the back window when we was in Maria's apartment because I wasn't trying to be a part of it.
So you weren't there when the police showed up?
But yesterday, the next day?
In the morning, when the police got called about her.
No, because I went out the window probably like right after Jeremy left. I go out the front door, wherever he went at. I was way gone before then.
Did Nikki go with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Nikki went out the back window of Jeremy's apartment.
Yeah. Well, the night that Maria got stabbed, I went out Maria's back window.
So you guys, after it was all said and done, you went back over to Jeremy's, and then when he left, you guys bolted out his window.
Right.
Because you thought what?
I thought the reason why I left was because I wasn't trying to get that put on me like that.
Okay. Did you assume that Jeremy was going to go call the police?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to tell me.
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
But I'm not the one that killed her. I'm not the one that stabbed her.
All right, well, let's go back to the beginning of the night then. So the police show up, you guys get kicked out. No, the police did show up. I think it was 12:38. Police show up, kick you guys out. You get all pissy and storm off. Mm-hmm. Where'd you go?
I just walked around the corner.
Okay, well, how long before you came back?
That I can't tell you because I was so pissed. And then Jeremy and them was like, we got all your stuff out. It's in my apartment. Then they all begged me, like, we're going to come pick you up. And I was like, I don't want to be nowhere near her apartment, whatever. And they was like, well, the police can't say nothing about us staying in Germany. So they came pick me up. And, well, before they came pick me up, they was like, Maria pressed assault charges on you again. And I was like, what? 2 nights in a row? Like, wow, really? Like, what did I do to her? Like, Michael was the one to put her head through the wall. So why she's pressing assault charges on me? Mm-hmm. So they came pick me up. We went back to the apartment. And
do you remember where exactly it was they picked you up at?
Mount Vernon, I think it was.
Okay. So they picked you up somewhere on Mount Vernon?
Yeah. That was by that little drive-through.
All right, so then you guys go back to the apartment. Mm-hmm. Then what happened?
Then we was sitting there, and Michael was like, oh, you know, I made a key. We can get back in. And I was like, okay. He was like, I said, what do y'all want to do? And Nikki was like, well, I want to go over and beat her ass. So that's when we went back over there.
Okay, so who all went back over that time?
Me, Michael, and Nikki.
Okay. And that was the first time you guys went back over after the police had kicked you out?
Yeah.
And where was Crystal at then?
Police was at Germany.
Right. Was she awake? Was she asleep? She was.
William admitted Michael had assaulted Maria earlier, but claimed he never touched her. Then detectives confronted him. His DNA was found on rubber gloves and tied to other evidence, including a knife. William looked stunned and denied wearing gloves or being involved. The detective warned him to tell the truth or take the fall alone. Under pressure, William blamed Nikki, saying she stabbed Maria 6 or 7 times and claimed he climbed out the back window during the attack. He said he, Michael, and Nikki later returned to Maria's apartment without Crystal.
Y'all ever heard of an HEA? Yeah, it's a home equity agreement. Do not do a HELOC. An HEA can get you up to $500,000.
Was she awake? Was she asleep? She was still awake, I think. So she knew you guys were going back home.
Did you have a good day at work today, Cam?
So you didn't tell her that your girlfriend, right? Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't tell her you're leaving or hanging
that's
out?
nice.
Just went back over there.
Bringing the life.
Okay, so how'd you get in? Michael used the key, opened the door. Michael used the key.
Oh, twins.
To open the door, and then what?
Twins.
We went in, she was by the door, so Nikki pushed the door, and Maria fell down, and she started beating her up, and then she was screaming for me and Michael, and Michael, no, she had a knife in her hand, and Michael grabbed a knife from Maria did, and Michael grabbed a knife and threw it across the floor.
Okay.
And then I was just sitting in the chair smoking a cigarette, and she was yelling for us. She was like, make her stop, make him stop. And then like me and Michael was like, what did I say? I said something in the line like, why would you make us go through this, something like this? Why would you get us kicked out? You know what I'm saying? Like we had everything made or something like that. So Nikki's just steady kicking her or whatever. And I was like, you know what, let's go, y'all. Like, it's cool. Like, so that's when we went back next door. And Nikki's like, I'm not done. So
how was she when you left that time?
Laying on the floor, had a big knot on her face.
Was she unconscious? Was she awake? What?
Kind of in and out.
When you left, were you concerned that she was going to get up and call the police?
Not really, because I didn't do nothing to her.
Okay. So, Nikki beats her up. You don't know whether she's unconscious or not.
You know, because we go back next door.
So you go back over to Jeremy's. And then what?
Then, like, Kristen was like, what's going on? And I was like, Nikki just beat the shit out of Maria. And she just started shaking her head, like, so I was like, well, I'm about to go take me a walk. And then that's when me and Michael went over to check on her. And Nikki come back over. And she was like, John, you want to be a part of this? I'm about to do her in. And I'm like, what do you mean you about to do her in? So the knife that Michael took from Maria and threw across the floor, Nikki picks it up. And she stabbed her in her shoulder, and she stabbed her in her chest or something like that. So I look at Michael. Michael starts having a seizure. So I help make out a seizure, and he goes, no, Crystal came over, and she's like, what's going on? When she see that, she's like, oh, I'm not trying to be a part of this. So her and Michael go back next door to Jeremy's. Mm-hmm. And like, I think I said like it was like 6 or 7 times after Nikki stabbed her, and I seen that blood was coming out of her chest and stuff. I went out the back window and went back over to Jeremy's.
Why'd you go out the back window?
Because I wasn't trying to be a part of that. I didn't want no neighbors or nobody to see me going out the front door.
So you go back over to Maria's, Nikki starts stabbing her.
Then the phone is dead. That's okay. Let's get to there. There. See where it's at. I'm sure it's good now. Okay. This looks good. Let's see. Would it fit me? This. Yep. It could be that. Let me add 2 more. 2 more. And then we can descend. Because then it's going to give it like the 2 little inches extra. Well, like it's going to give it An inch, let's see. Let's see, bang, bang, bang. The inch that it needs. Bang, bang. Here. Oh, it's half an inch. That makes me feel good. So then we're gonna go this way, drop one of them. I feel like I can hear the ice cream truck. Or is it a party? Oh, maybe Pam's playing music. Soft jazz. Yeah. Ugh. Perfect. So there we go. That right there. And then we can go all the way. What are you barking about? Hey, 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 hush. I feel like I hear a party. Your neighbors stay having parties, Pam. I don't know if she can hear me. If she heard me, she might be downstairs. The neighbors stay having parties. I feel like I hear a ceremony. Okay, let me go around once. And then I will end the live. And then I will continue the skirt. And then, depending on how addicted I get, I'll either finish it tonight or within this week. But I gotta stay focused because I gotta work really hard tomorrow because I took the day off today too from working. So to create this is working too, I guess. But this is pleasure. Just bring something to life. Yeah, I feel like I hear worship. Man, still got a little bit to go right there. This is a medium, small to medium skirt. Small. But it still stretches to the medium size because I added 1/2 inch on it from the small. So it's not petite to small, it's just small to medium. What are you doing, sir? You just, as long as you're not eating that, I'm happy. You're known for that, aren't you? This one does not want to do what I wanted to do. Mm. Okay. Here it is so far. Woo, my nose. It is. Oof, oof, oof. Here it is so far. And then it will just go down and just be stunning and gorgeous. Mm, 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 mm. Or I could have just done it like that and then close it like that and then go down like that. But then still, it's going to be beautiful because then you can still pin it. Thank you. I appreciate everybody that came in. I appreciate my one beautiful thumbs up. Thank you. And I'll be live more often. I will try to do more consistently again every single week. But I just work every day really hard.